Morning, YouTube. Wanted y'all to see that. There's a bus. I'm at a bus stop. There's a bus. This is not in service. That's the average bus. When you're sitting at a bus stop on 44th Street in Phoenix, most buses say not in service. I didn't expect to see one this early. It's 3:40 in the morning, Thursday, May 18th. Thursday, May 18th, 3:40 a.m., 2023. I wonder if I can see that bus that just went by on the map. I wonder if it'll show me what it is. Nope, I don't see it. It used to be, if you use the Valley Metro app, you could see any bus that was driving around as a not in service. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. You can see it. There it is. That is a Route 50. So that bus is not in service, heading northbound up 44th Street to Camelback Road. It would be pretty nice if it was offering service northbound on 44th Street up to Camelback Road, because then I could just take that bus from here on McDowell up to Oak, which is only half mile away, which isn't much, I admit that, but I'm like a mile from home. Like once I get to Oak, I still got the better part of a half mile to walk home. And I've been walking about a mile. Actually, I've been walking about 2.5 miles just to get on a bus. Oh yeah, that guy's not going at the green light. He had to be honked at. Like, to be able to get on a bus to go a half mile, you know, to just a half mile less walking when you're walking is a big deal. And that bus could be, it could be a 44 North, but nope, it's a 50, but it's a not in service. It's a not picking you up bus. So we're trying to spread that shit out. This app is hard to use with just one hand. That's the bus. It's the bus stop I'm at. My apologies for the vertical video, by the way. I'm trying to eat a Subway sandwich. So clicked on the bus stop. The next bus that will actually come by here that is in service. Hey, it says it's on time as opposed to scheduled, so that means it's actually going to show up at 4:38 in the morning. It'll show up at 4:38 in the morning, and it is 3:42 in the morning, so over 45 minutes until a bus will show up to pick me up, to take me north a half mile, although a bus just drove by that's not in service that could have, if the powers that be simply allowed not in service buses that are driving on roads that are bus routes to be in service on those roads. Does anybody understand yet why that infuriates me? All right, so I got a sandwich at Subway. Subway's prices have gone through the roof. It's been a long time since I've ate at Subway, and they got rid of the sub of the day. They got rid of, $5 footlong's been gone for a long time. They got rid of the sub of the day and everything else that made Subway affordable. I know sometimes they do direct mail coupons, and maybe I should make a point to like grab those and hang on to them on me. And maybe I should have gone and Googled to see if there were online coupons I could have got. But what I was really craving was a Subway tuna sandwich, and I got a foot-long tuna, which I'm not that hungry. I'll eat half of it, put half in the fridge, and eat it later. But yeah, that sandwich right there was, I don't know, how much was that sandwich right there? I think I put my receipt in my bag. It's fucking expensive, whatever it was. Prices of food nowadays is just obscene. $11.17 with tax for that footlong tuna sub. That used to be a $5 footlong. And with the sub of the day, it was a little more than that, but it was still pretty fucking affordable. And I got Caleb Hammer. At this point, it's not Dave Ramsey anymore. Now it's Caleb Hammer in my head telling me how fucking stupid I was to put that $11 plus on a credit card so I could eat. But you know what? Caleb Hammer is not walking through the hood in Phoenix on foot because he doesn't have a car. Caleb Hammer, I don't think, has ever, like, he's told people to use the bus, but I've never heard Caleb Hammer talk about a time period where he's used the bus because he couldn't afford to drive or didn't have the option of driving. So I wonder if Caleb Hammer understands the struggle of being in a city that is a car-centric city. And I don't think Austin, Texas is nearly as car-centric as Phoenix, Arizona is. I wonder if Caleb Hammer understands that when you're in a car-centric city, you don't have a lot of... When you haven't ate all fucking day because you haven't had a ride home and you've had things that you've had to take care of and you haven't had a ride home, so buy groceries and have them at home. Motherfucker, I don't even have a way to get home. And I'm hungry, and I was literally in pain. Like, I was getting just like acid reflux type pain in my chest and my digestive system because the only thing that I've had to eat since about 5:30 p.m. when I had that little thing of deep fried crap over at Jack in the Box across the street from Rob's shop. All right, that guy's going to jaywalk. You don't give a fuck. The only thing I've had to eat since then is a very small bag of Doritos. I'm not even sure what I paid for it. Surely I paid too much for it at Newtown Saloon. Just a little something to hold the edge off because my stomach was hurting then. My stomach is hurting bad now. And I don't really know that I have anything to solve that holy shit, my stomach is hurting bad now at home. Because I haven't had a vehicle to a grocery store to get fucking groceries. So, yeah. And about the only thing within a couple mile radius of right here in Phoenix, the only place that will serve me food, I mean, some of the gas stations I can get like crappy ass sandwiches, or microwave burritos or something, but those are awful, The only place that can get me something reasonable to eat is that Subway because it doesn't have a drive-thru, so it has to allow people to come in to eat. So yeah, I spent $11 and change on this fucking foot-long tuna sub because the bottom line is I did need to eat. And yeah, I'd love to plan meals. I would love to have the luxury of planning meals and prepping meals and eating at home. But without a vehicle, home could be a day plus away. And right now, to be honest, home is about a 12-minute walk away. But I don't know that there's food at home. And I don't have any options to go and get groceries right now. Period. Full stop. Fry's opens at 6 a.m. It's not 6 a.m. It's 3:48 a.m. And I'm hungry now, and my stomach hurts now. And I had to stop eating because I was wolfing this shit down because of how hungry I was, to the point I started regurgitating it because I was just eating faster than my system could handle. Just had to stop. Once I was done kind of choking it up and was holding it down, I went ahead and started this video. But yeah, I'm in a nightmare, and it's just not ending, and it's all centered around stuff like this, and I'm thinking of the advice of Caleb Hammer, but I'm wondering, has Caleb Hammer ever gone over 24 hours without really not eating much because of a lack of transportation? Has Caleb Hammer ever experienced living in a car-centric city without a car? Does Caleb Hammer know what it's like to be so hungry at 3 o'clock in the morning in a car-centric city that he's physically in pain and just needs something? And yeah, I just put almost $12 on my fucking credit card for the stupid sandwich. Just for the record, the sandwich is good. The guy that served it to me was the guy at the Subway right now is cool as fuck. It's not his fault that their prices have gone through the roof. I don't even think it's the franchisee's fault. It just is what it is. I mean, blame Joe Biden, you know, whatever. And what's the worst thing about being Joe Biden right now? Depends. Not a joke. At least he's got people that can help him change those. Anyway. I'm probably not going to wait for the next bus. I might sit here just to see how many not-in-service buses pass by between now and then. But I just needed to stop and eat. Like, I was in so much pain that I couldn't keep walking, so... And then I ate so fast that I made myself kind of sick from it, which was dumb. It was a dumb move on my part. I should probably talk more about what's going on with stuff, but I can't even think straight. I will say that the roughly 45 minutes that I spent with Natalie was magical. Throwing that out there. And Priscilla's apartment is less than a half mile that way. Could message her. She'd probably let me come in. Or let me get a bath at her place. She'd probably even feed me. But the reality is, when I see Priscilla, I'm just going to get horny as fuck. Because her and I have had an intensely sexual relationship for like 12 years. And then she won't be DTF. And I will be insanely frustrated by that. And that's just something I really can't get past. I almost feel like so much of what I'm going through now is just ultimate end result of how long she just refused to help me with my carlessness, as she just took advantage of my apartment as a place to work from home when it wasn't even her fucking home, and then went on decided to deny me sex for God knows how long. I want to love that woman, but the level of anger towards her is just so much right now. And has been for quite some time. I got a lot of anger issues with my ex-wife, and she's been dead for years. But, I mean, I realized that if it wasn't for fucking her bullshit, that I'd have a paid-off house right now worth about $200,000 in Tucson, as opposed to an overpriced Subway sandwich sitting in front of me and wondering what my future is going to be. For the record, the sandwich is delicious. And have you all been following the story about the Subway tuna sandwich lawsuit? That's been a thing going on for a long time, and for a while there were all these memes about, oh, there's no tuna in the tuna sub. That's bullshit. I managed 2 different Subway stores. I managed store 5809, which was owned by Mark Roden, Desert Subway, 59th Avenue, and 59th Avenue, and it was like 95 or 96. I managed that store for quite a while. 59th Avenue in Peoria, Glendale. And then I want to say maybe 6-7 months later, I got hired as a manager rather than getting kind of default. I didn't even work up to manager. It was just sort of like, I just kind of took over the duty. Like the day after I got hired, the manager got fired for stealing, and then I just sort of, somehow I just ended up running the place, and eventually they're like, you know, you should just make Dan the manager. He's fucking running the store anyway. I got hired as a manager at this other Subway at 83rd Avenue in Peoria, right by Grand. I think it was called the Peoria Town Center. And that job was awful. The owners of that place were awful. That job didn't last very long. There were a lot of things I was angry about. But I think if I was to say the one thing that pissed me off about that store was the fact that the guy that cleaned the windows made about 10 times more an hour than I did. I couldn't hang with that. I'm like, you know what? If that's how little you value your manager, and that's how much you value the guy with the squeegee that cleans the windows, I'd rather be the guy with the squeegee that cleans the windows. And then I tried to start a window cleaning service, which failed miserably. But, oh yeah. Oh my God, the stories I can tell of all the failures in my life, right? Anyway, yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, I've made many a Subway tuna sandwich. Pretty much been my favorite thing on their menu forever. And I've made many batches of the tuna, and that woman with the lawsuit is completely fucking baseless. And YouTube channel I highly recommend, Lato's Law. Guy's channel is awesome. That guy's smart as fuck. It's kind of weird, but his legal analysis of different lawsuits and things that are going on, legal challenges. And he's recently done 2 videos about the Subway tuna sandwich lawsuit. And so, as far as I can tell, when I first heard about the lawsuit, and people were making jokes about, oh yeah, there's not tuna in tuna subs. I'm like, yeah, I've managed 2 Subways. Yes, there most certainly is. There's plenty of decent tuna. Oh, but it's not all tuna. Yeah, you get fresh veggies in it. Is that a bad thing? You don't have to get the veggies. Can you hear that? I hope I don't get a copy strike for this. Plus, that guy's playing Haircut 100 on his fucking motorcycle. Love plus 1. That's the last song I expected to hear coming from a crotch rocket. I just go home and just bury myself in my music. Just go home and get some rest. Just go home. Charge up my phones. Oh my God, I'm down to 1% on this. I need to wrap this shit up. Obamaphone 3, by the way. So this is basically my digital VCR. Although I did use this phone tonight to keep in touch with some people on Snapchat using the Wi-Fi at Newtown Saloon while Obamaphone 4 was charging. So screen is hammered, but the device works pretty good. I'd kind of like to repair this phone, and I wouldn't hesitate to buy a used one of this model in good shape. For a free government phone, this thing, the T-Mobile TCL Revel 4, I think it's called, is a remarkably good phone. This one knocked it out the park for what it is. The one I have now, the ANS AC. It's fucking awful. It crashes and reboots all the time. Whoa, look at that boat. Crashes all the fucking time. But that's the one that has service. And this is the one with the fucking screen that records video, so that's what you get. Anyway, thanks for joining me in my loneliness and overpriced sandwich. And I know Kayla Hammer means well, but sometimes I don't think he knows the struggle that some people go through. And I abso-fucking-lutely needed to eat. And could I have some other cheaper options? Yeah, I could have, or I could have just toughed out the hunger pains, you know, but I feel like I genuinely needed this sandwich, and I'm going to enjoy this sandwich. So, anyway, thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for watching. I'm uploading way too much video right now. I don't expect anybody to watch all this. Remember, this is not for your entertainment. This is my diary. So when I'm gone, my offspring can see what happened to me.